Hey guys, this is Church. I haven't been home for a while, so I'm really late getting this video out. But hopefully this will help you guys figure out mission making and all the hard stuff. Pretty much what I have set up here is a very simple mission. This is essentially a free template Zeus mission. All this information will also be found in the Dropbox, which you can ask for a link or I'll post a link at the bottom here. So, first off, first off, we'll go through the options before we go to the units on the ground. So, first off, you have your title, what you're going to name it, your author, which is me, or your name. Down here, independence. Do you want independence to be hostile to blue 4 or op 4 or both? I have it set to both right now. Boom. Pretty hard. Environment, time, date, weather. You can change that all in game with Zeus, so I usually never mess with it. Multiplayer, game mode, it really doesn't matter. Min and max, you don't have to mess with it. I always disable where it says enable AI and disable this. Sometimes it's clicked, sometimes it's not. So, important part, you're going to jump down here to respawn on custom position. It'll be on disabled. You'll go down to respawn on custom position, and then you'll do select respawn and then respawn counter. Check both those boxes, boom, boom. Then you'll go down to respawn delay. I usually set it for 10 seconds. Then you'll go down, make sure the scoreboard and the allow manual respawn is clicked. All this down here is not important. Don't mess with it. Make sure this revive mode is disabled because we're using Ace. Still fairly simple. Next, we're going to go to performance. Oh, sorry, we don't need that. Next, we're going, here it is. Addon Options. So included in the pack that I'll have on Dropbox, it'll have all these options. So you'll drop this mission. It'll be called Stratus Test. You'll drop that into your let me think. Documents, Arma 3, other profiles. Then it should be, look. Okay, so now you're back here. You're going to go to your quick access. What you're going to do is you'll go your computer, D, no, I forgot I have 2. So you'll go to your operating one, which should be C. Then you'll go down to users, public. Sorry, not public. Mine's labeled like 1, whatever. It's also really easy if you have the quick access, you can go to documents, but you'll just double click documents and then it should be, yeah, it's Arma 3 other profiles, and like mine I have 3. So for this, it would be church. Find your profile name and you go to it, you double click it, and you'll go ahead and go into MP mission saves, and boom. You'll actually get a folder just like this. I'll also be sending a copy of this too so you can mess with it and look at it. But this will be in here. It'll also have some of the items that I'll be showing off too, which, let me see if I can actually open my Dropbox and I'll show you that too. So, give it a second because I have a slow computer. But, hey, in November I'm upgrading, so that's good. Anyway, so this is what we're looking for right here. You're going to need Dropbox to do this because I'll share this with everybody. More importantly, out of this, so you have the add-on options, which are all your add-on options. If you just want to copy, you can technically copy all this, so you'll just highlight all of it. And then you'll go back in game, and then you can import. I personally think you should just do it with the test, and then you'll save. We'll get into that in a sec. Here's the 5th column if you want to use the intro, and here's the mission script. So each mission you have to have all 3 of these in it. On player killed means on player killed and on player respawn means when you die you respawn with the same gear you want. So if you have a certain loadout you want them to always spawn with, don't put this in. The init.sqf, prevents the game from getting stuck in the loading screen at any time. It automatically kick you back out of the loading screen. To view any of these, you need to have Notepad++. So fairly simple, prevents you from being stuck in the splash screen. So we'll go back to Arma, and we'll explain those settings. So in these settings, because it will set up both the server side and the mission side part, because sometimes they like to override each other. So as you can see, it's like, oh, it's already overwritten by server. So boom. You'll set this for the server, do that. And then once you have this, what you're going to want to do, once you use that test mission, because it'll already have these settings set up, you'll hit save. And then as you can see, I have it saved as 5th column. Name it whatever you want and save it. And then when you go into missions, you can just hit load, then hit 5th column or whatever you name it, and hit OK. Your settings are already done. You don't have to mess with it. That is the hardest part of this, getting those settings set up. So the next part is pretty much boots on the ground kind of stuff. So first of all, we talked about custom position. This is actually the custom position. Depending on what mode you're playing or the versions, sometimes it gets broke. If it does, you just go up here to variable name, and you can set it to respawn_west. Currently in this version Arma, we don't need it. But you'll see here, it'll ask you name, type, side, show. If you want to, you could name this base. So then if they respawn on the map, it'll say base, and then you could have more respawn points that you put down in Zeus. So type, side, show to, and then notification. The only time you will not be able to respawn at these respawn points, if you team kill, it will usually put you as enemy, so you'll no longer be able to respawn. So obviously don't team kill. Next part is the Zeus. So here I have it, my owner. For the owner part, you'll either put admin logged in or you put your ID. This is my ID, and then you'll put who the ID belongs to, and then you have to make sure that the default add-ons is all including unofficial ones, or you can't use the extra mods that we have. You don't want the force interface. And then you can set as many of those up as you want. So like I have 2 of them. And I'm going to change this. Saving's also really important. So it'll say save, and then you can name your file. These are headless AI. Our server does have 2 headless AI. So you'll just name them with a variable name. So like this one is purple. You set it to playable. Hit OK. Set up another one. This one's Fumbles, named after my cat. Hit playable. Hit OK. They cannot have matching variable names. You cannot have 2 that have matching names. That's as simple as it is. This is really easy. Just set down a set of groups. When you do set them up, this is for the group. You'll go to... Give me a sec. I am a little out of it. I haven't played this in a while. Okay, one sec. So when you use individual units, we'll go ahead and hit right click on it, and then we'll hit attributes, and you'll see object control. Under it, it has to be playable. So you'll click that so it's checked like that, and you'll hit OK. In here, you'll see playable. You'll check that. So you have all these are now playable. All these ones are now playable. And you do it to any of the characters you want to be playable. Make sure they're all the same side, yada yada. It's fairly simple. If you have any questions about, maybe it's simple to me, but you don't understand it, feel free to ask in the comments or message me. Now this part's kind of hard. This right here, ammo box innate _ this true call BIS. This right here. It's very important to have an arsenal box. You can put them down with ace. I always start a mission with one. I also disable damage, so people can't hit it, blow it up, or anything like that. You can also enable simulation so people can't knock it out of the way, But if you have no damage, they could knock it wherever and it's still not going to do anything. This is fairly simple. Once you're done, you'll hit save. Well, for you, it'll pop up this screen, and you can just put it as test, or if you're using my test, you can just resave it. And then you can copy these all. So, for example, let's say you've done this mission and you want to take this whole mission, and you want to be like, oh well, I'd like to take this template and run it over to Malton. So what you'll do is you'll right click and you'll go down to Save and Custom Compository. As you can see, I already have one set up as Mission Basic. So you'll just go ahead and title your name for the composition, one of those words, and you'll hit OK. Then if you go over here, you go to Compositions, which is the three little men. Then you'll go to Custom, which is like an infinite, some weird circle symbol, and then you should see it. So, boom. Now all my stuff is down again. You can do this on any mission if you want to set up different squad groupings or just have the basics. It's all up to you. This really cuts down on how much time you have to spend dragging and dropping and trying to get things set up. But I hope this answered any questions anybody has. If you want to do more, if you want to add buildings are under props. If you want to set up systems, there's military systems you can set up. All these checkpoints, all this, that you can do all that. I don't do triggers. Waypoints, you don't have to really worry about them. A lot of this stuff can be done in Zeus. You don't have to worry about modules anymore because they're already all in Arma's settings, add-on options, but that's up to you. We'll get into a live. Don't mess with the live ones when you're playing. We'll explain all these here in a bit. So, thanks for watching, and if you have any questions, message me or comment on the video. Thanks.